Democratic Republic of Congo, there is going to be true change.
The Democratic Republic of Congo has finally elected a new president. Felix Tshisekedi has surprisingly won the race.
I had another prophetic experience still in the UK. Major banks had been hacked. They even started hacking into credit card systems.
Massive hack attack involving 100 million customers.
Capital One, you have been hacked.
In a world many have known, comes the unveiling of a higher dimension, where a supreme God, through his trusted prophet, brings a glaring clarity to a future that seemed dark and uncertain. 7th January 2020.
I swear, European Union. In Europe, there's going to be certain changes, almost like a shake-up. A shake-up. And there will be a lot of talk about European economic crisis. Because the markets and the tradings, I see people pulling out, countries pulling out. And I see markets trembling. Now, that is to the world, but that is a sign of opportunity to the child of God.
3 months later, media reports and talk of the most devastating European economic crisis began to surface exactly as the prophet had prophesied, with many experts and politicians blaming it on the shakeup and changes due to the COVID pandemic.
I would just like to point out something obvious. The European Stability Mechanism was created to deal with a crisis. And what are we facing now? A crisis which is serious and profound.
Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has warned the EU itself could, quote, fall apart if it fails to agree a plan to help member states deal with debts incurred fighting the pandemic.
The very future of the European Union is at risk if it does not do more to help countries hit by coronavirus. That's the warning from the Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte. He's told the BBC's Mark Lowen that the EU needs to rise to the challenge of what he called the biggest test since the Second World War, and says he doesn't regret his country's approach.
The European Commission has unveiled its first forecast since the COVID-19 pandemic and its warning of a recession of historic proportions. The EU's economy is now expected to contract by 7.4% this year, with Greece, Italy and Spain losing more than 9% of their GDP.
In an astounding display of the accuracy of this prophecy, mainstream media also reports of top business enterprises downsizing and pulling out of the European market.
Germany's Lufthansa has announced it will shut down its low-cost airline Germanwings as part of a broader overhaul, warning it could take years for the industry to recover.
We are facing an extraordinary health, economic and social crisis.
Travel, tourism and restaurant trades have all been devastated.
The prophecy also mentions a trembling of markets, and in another stunning fulfillment of prophecy, media reports highlight both European and global markets trembling as a result of the pandemic. Eventually, the crisis swept across the globe, exactly as the prophet had prophesied. These and countless other prophetic fulfillments have clearly displayed that God, through his supreme prophetic vessel, has lined the children of God up for an unparalleled dominion such as has never been seen. And to that end, we esteem and accord double honor to the foremost prophet of our generation, Prophet Elvis Mbonye.